Move over, Venice. Sure, Venice has its gondolas and charming canals, but it's not the only place that floats in style. Around the world, there are hidden floating villages bursting with culture, history, and some serious ingenuity. From bustling Southeast Asian markets on water to peaceful reed islands in South America, we're diving into these incredible communities that truly make Venice look just like another puddle. So grab your metaphorical life vest. It's time to set sail on an adventure through the most captivating floating villages on Earth. Number 10. Koh Phangan, Thailand. Football and fishing on stilts. Located in Phang Nga Province, Koh Phangan is a marvel of community spirit and ingenuity. Built on stilts at the base of a vertical limestone cliff, the village's origin is an adventure in itself. It was founded by fishermen who sought refuge after a storm. They initially lived on boats until settling down in this unique location. Koh Phangan features about 360 families with a total population of around 1,685. In this predominantly Muslim community, you'll find a school, a bustling market, a mosque, and even a floating football pitch built out of discarded wood and fishing rafts. Fishing remains the main occupation, but tourism also plays a huge role, with visitors flocking to experience the village's breathtaking natural beauty, cultural charm, and of course, to kick a ball on that legendary floating pitch. Number 9. Aberdeen Floating Village, Hong Kong. A cultural juxtaposition. Tucked away in the southern part of Hong Kong, Aberdeen Floating Village is a vibrant settlement that embodies a unique blend of old and new. It is home to the Tonka people, who have lived on water for generations. The village is part of Aberdeen Harbour, located within Ocean Park, a popular tourist destination. Known for its floating restaurants, sampan boats, and colorful dragon boat races, this village provides a perfect contrast to Hong Kong's bustling urban environment. The best time to visit is early morning on a weekday, when the serene waters reflect the surrounding cityscape. Aberdeen's residents primarily work in the seafood trade, which is evident from the bustling wholesale fish markets. The village gives visitors a window into a way of life far removed from Hong Kong's skyscrapers and busy streets. Number 8. Yongwei, Myanmar. Lake rowers and floating markets. Located on the vast lake inlay in Myanmar, Yongwei is one of the most iconic floating villages in Southeast Asia. The community here, comprising roughly 70,000 people, is well known for their distinct leg rowing technique, where they row standing up using one leg to control the oar. The Intha people of Yongwei also practice floating agriculture. Vegetables are grown on floating beds made from water hyacinth, which are anchored to the lake bed. The lake's biodiversity supports a vibrant fishing community, where traditional wooden boats glide across the calm water, harvesting fish that contribute significantly to the locals' livelihoods. Yongwei is also a tourist attraction, with floating markets offering handmade textiles, traditional Shan handicrafts, and a glimpse into the villagers' daily routines. Number 7. Makoko, Nigeria. The Venice of Lagos. Referred to as the Venice of Lagos, Makoko is a testament to human resilience amid adversity. This informal settlement, built over Lagos Lagoon, is home to tens of thousands of people. Makoko's history dates back to the 19th century, when it began as a fishing village, attracting migrants from neighboring regions. Today, the community has adapted to life on water, with homes, schools, and businesses all built on stilts above the murky waters of the lagoon. While considered a slum, Makoko is undeniably vibrant, with its own unique culture, a bustling network of waterways, and an economy built largely around fishing. The sight of children paddling canoes to school and men casting nets into the lagoon offers a rare glimpse into a society intricately linked to its aquatic environment. Despite the challenges of overcrowding and limited sanitation, the community spirit and resourcefulness are palpable. Number 6. Sea Gypsies of Borneo, nomads of the sea. The Bajau people, often called the Sea Gypsies, have lived on the waters of Borneo, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines for centuries. They live on floating wooden houses with thatched roofs, staying far from mainland settlements. Known for their remarkable ability to hold their breath underwater for minutes at a time due to larger spleens, they spend much of their time at sea, fishing for a living. These nomads of the sea have developed a culture that depends almost entirely on marine resources. Their traditions are passed down through generations without much outside influence, allowing them to preserve a unique way of life that celebrates harmony with the ocean. While their lifestyle seems simple, it involves skills that many would find astounding, like deep sea diving and navigating vast stretches of water without modern tools. Number 5. Inle Lake, Myanmar. Rowing with one leg. Another gem of Myanmar, Inle Lake hosts a network of floating villages where people have lived for generations. The Intha people are famous for their leg rowing technique, which leaves both hands free to manage fishing nets or maneuver through the floating gardens. These gardens are essentially hydroponic farms anchored to the lakebed using bamboo poles, where vegetables like tomatoes and beans are cultivated. Life on Inle Lake is all about water. Even the local economy revolves around tourism, fishing, and traditional handicrafts. In addition to the leg rowers, one can find beautiful handicraft shops and workshops creating silver jewelry, textiles, and boats, adding an artistic flair to their aquatic existence. It is a serene, almost timeless experience that contrasts with the more bustling urban centers of Myanmar. Number 4. Kampong Kleong, Cambodia. Lesser known, yet fascinating. Kampong Kleong, located on the floodplain of the Tonle Sap Lake in Cambodia, offers a less commercialized experience compared to Kampong Pluk. Its stilted houses, some as high as 10 meters, rise majestically from the waters, making it a photogenic marvel, especially in the rainy season. In the dry season, the water recedes and the towering stilts are fully visible. Life here revolves around fishing, shrimp harvesting, and small-scale agriculture. Kampong Kleong's isolation has preserved a lifestyle that is highly connected to nature and dependent on the seasonal shifts of the Great Tonle Sap. Visiting the village means witnessing the adaptive skills of its residents and understanding the importance of Cambodia's largest freshwater lake for both ecology and the local economy. Number 3. Uros Islands, Peru, a reed wonderland. The Uros people, indigenous to Lake Titicaca in Peru, reside on artificial islands crafted entirely from totora reeds, a feat of engineering and tradition. The reeds are layered to form a thick, buoyant foundation that supports the Uros homes, watchtowers, and even their boats. This floating society has existed for centuries, originally created to evade threats from mainland invaders. Today, about 2,000 Uros live on these islands, preserving their culture through fishing, bird hunting, and handicraft making, much of which is geared towards tourists. The islands are anchored, but they can be moved if necessary, highlighting their resilience. Visitors are always fascinated by how the Uros have managed to maintain such a traditional lifestyle in harmony with the waters of Lake Titicaca. Number 2. Ganvi, Benin, the Venice of Africa. Known as the Venice of Africa, Ganvi is one of the largest and oldest floating villages in Africa, with a population of around 20,000 people. The Tofino people built Ganvi on Lake Nkowe to escape from the Fawn warriors, believing that their enemies could not pursue them on water as it was deemed sacred. The village is a fascinating mix of traditional and urban lifestyles, featuring floating schools, markets, and even a floating hotel. Fishing is the main livelihood, supplemented by trade in fruits and vegetables. The colorful wooden kayaks that transport people and goods around the village add to Ganvi's unique charm, making it a tourist favorite while also being a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Despite its historical roots, Ganvi is very much alive today, bustling with daily activities that perfectly reflect its aquatic environment. Number 1. Kampong Pluk, Cambodia. Life in the rise and fall. At the top of our list is Kampong Pluk, located on the Great Tonle Sap Lake in Cambodia. Comprised of 3 main villages, Kampong Pluk is home to approximately 6,000 residents who live in stilted homes that rise and fall with the water level. The seasonal change transforms the landscape from a wetland oasis to a dry village towering above the ground. Fishing is the main livelihood, with shrimp harvesting a significant activity. During the monsoon season, boats become the primary means of transportation as the entire area floods, turning the village into a mesmerizing floating world. The houses here are made from local hardwood, and the structures are carefully crafted to adapt to the drastic changes in water levels. Tourism plays a growing role in the local economy, but the community remains deeply rooted in its traditional practices, offering visitors an authentic glimpse into life on the Tonle Sap. And there you have it. If this journey has floated your boat, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And hey, don't let this channel sink in your subscription list. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't drift away from our next watery adventure. Drop a comment below about which floating village you'd like to visit, or if you'd just rather stay on solid ground. This has been the Restless Traveler, reminding you there's a whole world waiting for you. Go live your adventure.